This begins videotape number 1 and the deposition of Lauren Windsor in the matter of Democracy Partners v. Project Veritas et al.
I feel like to work for a convicted criminal, a liar, and an alleged molester. Look out! Bozos!
Who was the man speaking off camera?
Ryan Clayton.
Was he asking you what it was like to work for a convicted felon, or was he asking Miss Moss?
I believe that would be Miss Moss.
Okay, but you work for a convicted felon at Democracy Partners, right?
I don't actually. I don't work for Bob Kramer.
Okay. So Mr. Kramer's a convicted felon.
He is.
Okay.
You been to the rape bar?
Howard?
Don't tell me, girl.
Did you hear the statement, have you been to the rape bar?
I did.
Who said that?
That was me.
Okay. Did you eventually publish a video of these events?
I published a video of events that occurred earlier that evening.
So you edited out these parts where, these first two parts where you and Ryan Clayton were confronting Miss Moss. You didn't include
I object to your characterization of my actions.
Okay. Well, you're not a lawyer, so your lawyer's here, and he'll object for you. So what I'm asking you is...
Well, I disagree with your characterization of my actions.
Which part?
That I edited anything out.
Oh, okay. So what did you do that these parts didn't make the video?
Well, so it's called editing.
See you when you get reversed ambush! Gotcha, bitch!
Who's laughing when Clayton says, "Gotcha, bitch"? Who's that giggling?
I'm not sure.
Is it you?
It could be.
You're the bad guy. You're the bad guy.
You've been creamed!
Hello everyone, James O'Keefe, Project Veritas here. I hope you all saw the news that we won 2 counts in a summary judgment motion. That's to say a federal judge dismissed 2 counts against us in the Democracy Partners case, but we will be going to trial later this year. This is all part of a coordinated attack against us. Lauren Windsor, one of Bob Kramer's associates, has been coordinating with a number of plaintiffs to try to initiate lawfare against us. We've won many of those lawsuits, but again, we're going to trial. Now, what's interesting about this case is that it's all part of an amazing story, because we have so many deposition tapes of people like Lauren Windsor and their admissions in these deposition tapes. Now, previously I said I was going to release all of this maybe later in the year, maybe even after the trial, but no, we've changed our minds. We're going to start releasing some of it right now.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to...
We want to show you who these people really are. In their own words, under oath. They probably didn't expect this part of the process, but this is what happens when you sue us.
What is your name?
Lauren Windsor.
Okay.
The people behind this attack are Bob Kramer of Democracy Partners and his cohorts, including this woman, Lauren Windsor.
Video emerging of a group of pro-Clinton political operatives talking about stirring up trouble and provoking violence at Trump rallies. The video comes from Project Veritas.
Remember, Democracy Partners is the group we exposed in 2016 for orchestrating a dirty tricks campaign against then presidential candidate Donald Trump. The effort was paid for by the Democratic National Party in collaboration with Hillary Clinton. A few months after our release, January 2017, Lauren Windsor and an associate of hers, Ryan Clayton, attacked one of our undercover journalists at night on the streets of Washington, D.C. This was a frightening and unprovoked attack. Our journalist was chased down the street, verbally abused. And when she got into a cab trying to escape, one of her pursuers, Ryan Clayton, followed her into the cab.
Please lock the doors. Please lock the doors. Lock him, lock him, lock him. Don't let them in. Oh, come on, man.
How's it going, man?
Our journalist finally found safe refuge in a hotel, but even as she entered the lobby, the crude verbal abuse continued.
You know what? You're the bad guy. You're the bad guy.
You've been creamed!
Cream!
Okay, Joe. I'm at the front desk of the hotel. They're not here.
So this attack on Allison Moss, our journalist and reporter, 21 years old, was utterly inexcusable. It was disgusting. It was abusive. But the irony of it was that Lauren Windsor was pretty proud of it. She released a tape of it. But the tape she released was edited down. You see, she was actually guilty of the very thing that they project onto us: selective editing, deceptive editing. What's interesting about the tape that Lauren Windsor released is that she edited out the part where they said, quote, "Gotcha, bitch." They edited out the part where they said, quote, "You've been creamed." And perhaps most outrageous of all, Lauren Windsor and team edited out the part where Ryan Clayton got into the cab with the 21-year-old reporter working for Project Veritas and verbally berated her. See, they edited all that stuff out, and it's fascinating to see how Lauren Windsor responded to these accusations or realities of editing in her under oath deposition.
Ms. Windsor, I'm going to show you some videotape regarding an internship that Allison Moss had at Democracy Partners and related matters. Do you understand?
I do.
I want to play a clip at 5:16, please.
Here by yourself? You're just gonna leave you? O'Keefe's gonna leave you out here by yourself to deal with us?
Hey, Allison, let me ask you a question. What does it feel like to work for a convicted criminal, a liar, and an alleged molester? Bozos!
Who was the man speaking off camera?
Ryan Clayton.
Was he asking you what it was like to work for a convicted felon, or was he asking Miss Moss what it was like to work for a convicted felon?
I believe that would be Miss Moss.
Okay, but you work for a convicted felon at Democracy Partners, right?
I don't actually. I don't work for Bob Kramer.
Okay, so Mr. Kramer's a convicted felon.
He is.
Okay. Let me play in the same exhibit number, which was 14009, at 6:27.
You been to the rape bar?
Howard?
That's where it was.
Girl.
Did you hear the statement, "Have you been to the rape bar"?
I did.
Who said that?
That was me.
Okay. Did you eventually publish a video of these events?
I published a video of events that occurred earlier that evening.
So you edited out these parts where these first two parts where you and Ryan Clayton were confronting Miss Moss. You didn't include
I object to your characterization of my actions.
Okay. Well, you're not a lawyer, so your lawyer's here, and he'll object for you. So what I'm asking you is...
Well, I disagree with your characterization of my actions.
Which part?
That I edited anything out.
Oh, okay. So what did you do that these parts didn't make the video?
Well, so it's called editing, and it's what your client engages in when he makes videos.
Okay.
Please lock the doors. Please lock the doors. Lock them, lock them, lock them. Don't let them in. Oh, come on, man.
How's it going, man?
The next, corner, can you drop me off, please?
Have you or any of your coworkers ever been sexually molested by James O'Keefe?
Is that Mr. Clayton again?
It is.
What do you think about working for an alleged serial molester? Does that...
Can I pay, please?
Did those last two statements make your published final version of this confrontation with Miss Moss?
I don't believe so.
Why not?
We chose not to publish any video from this.
Why not?
Because it wasn't necessary in the narrative that we were trying to produce.
Did you give any thought that if people saw you behaving like that, it would be adverse on you?
Wow. So as we said, the federal judge dismissed outright two issues in this case: breach of fiduciary duty and trespass. We look forward to the trial. Our journalism is bulletproof. What's left of this frivolous and wasteful lawsuit will be heard in court, and we're excited for trial. We are fighting for the First Amendment. We are fighting for our journalism. We will never surrender. And audience, you will be with us every step of the way. Stay tuned, because there's going to be a whole series of these videos on Lauren Windsor.